You don't have to do a speed ramp or zoom through. They're also amazing for real estate videos, which, as a side note, I'm actually getting more and more requests for videos these days, believe it or not. If you've ever wanted to know the easiest way to create banger real estate videos that are guaranteed to impress your clients, then you're gonna wanna watch this video. I used to struggle when I first started making real estate videos. I shot a lot of properties poorly. But over time, I started learning some of the core shots that make great real estate videos, and I've distilled those down into 5 core shots that I now use in all of my real estate videos. And when you learn these core shots, you can go in confident to any property shoot knowing that you have everything you need to create amazing listing videos. So here they are. Number 1 is the straight push-in. The straight push-in shot is probably the most important and most used shot in any real estate video. It is a must. And you can also stitch straight push-in shots back to back to create zoom throughs. Here's an example of that. And I'm also using a motion blur effect along with a zoom through title and whoosh sound effect on top of this from my Real Estate Essentials effects pack to make it look even more cinematic. But you don't have to do a speed ramp or zoom through. Straight push-ins are also amazing for slow cinematic real estate videos, which, as a side note, I'm actually getting more and more requests for slower videos these days, believe it or not. But regardless if it's a slow video or a fast video, straight push-ins are a staple for any real estate video. Shot number 2 is a curved push-in. This is very similar to the straight push-in, except that you are walking in a curved path. The reason you would want to use a curved push-in instead of a straight push-in is if in every shot you did a straight push-in, the viewer quickly starts to predict what's coming. It just becomes repetitive, and a subtle curved move adds more parallax, which makes the room feel even larger and larger than life and gives more depth and creates a little bit more of a cinematic experience. Now, the trick to this shot is that you want the curve to be constant throughout. What you don't want to do in a shot is where you're walking kind of straight, but then you're kind of curving right at the end, quickly. This does not look good, and it's not a proper curved push-in. You can also stitch these shots together. Just make sure that when you do, your curve is going in the same direction in both shots. Shot number 3 is a detail shot. Every time I'm creating a real estate video, I'm looking for ways to stack shots or camera movements. And in all of these 5 movements, you just want to stack these shots back to back and then change up the order to keep your viewer engaged. So going from a straight push-in to a detail shot and then back to maybe a curved push-in. And for the detail shot, I'm typically using a 24 to 70 millimeter lens, and I keep it anywhere around 50 to 70 millimeters depending on the shot. By the way, if you're looking for a complete shot list to help you know what to get for a full property shoot, I have a free one that I'll link in the description. Shot number 4 is a slider shot. With this shot added, you can now add a full sequence for each room, and it's a great way to break up your straight push-in and curved push-in shots. So as an example, for a kitchen, you can do a curved push-in leading into the room, followed by 1 or 2 detail shots, and then finishing it off with a slider shot. Slider shots are super easy to do. You just want to rely on leg movement only for this, rocking back and forth, making sure to keep your arms and hands locked in the same position, and keeping your verticals and your horizontals as straight as they can be. Actually, I have a separate video on how to achieve every one of these shots that I'll link below if you're interested in checking that out. And lastly, we have the tilting orbit, number 5. I don't use this shot as often as the other ones in a real estate video, but I'm always looking for an opportunity to try to add it at least 1 or 2 times in every video, especially for properties that have high ceilings. So this is where you're tilting the camera up, like in this case, a stairwell, and you just orbit around it. I'll also use my joystick to pitch the camera during the movement to make it more dynamic. So now that you know what shots to get, you still need to know how to have a game plan to capture all these shots on site. And for that, you'll need to watch this video right here.